This bill establishes the seal of climate literacy, a high school diploma distinction awarded to students who demonstrate a strong understanding of climate science and its real-world impacts through both coursework and hands-on learning. This voluntary program for local education agencies gives school the flexibility to implement this diploma distinction in a way that works best for their communities while maintaining consistent statewide recognition. In cooperation with supporters in this committee, I've taken amendments to ensure that all schools that choose to participate are equipped with resources and partnerships to implement this program. And I'll mention here, because I'm sure there'll be concerns around the resources and such, that partly this bill is modeled after a successful bill in Colorado. And in Colorado, they did work and partner with nonprofits, as we plan to do with this bill, to provide implementation support and resources, including engaging philanthropic organizations to provide small grants ranging from $1,000 to $10,000 to help under-resourced schools or rural schools participate. And again, in Colorado, that's been a successful strategy to help rural and low-wealth communities. Climate change remains one of the defining issues and challenges of our generation. We must prepare future generations to meet it. And I'll mention, I have so many young people that I run into in my area who are deeply concerned about that issue and the future of the planet, that they'll live on much longer than we will. But leadership in climate policy, I believe, must go hand in hand with climate education. Students are increasingly interested in climate-related careers, but many lack structured opportunities to kind of deeply engage in that while in school. This bill creates a clear and accessible pathway for students to build that knowledge. SB 1048 also encourages connections to workforce and higher education pathways by allowing students to earn distinctions in green industry skills or college-level coursework. This helps align our education system with California's growing clean energy economy. This bill is about helping students prepare for the future. It equips them with the knowledge, skills, and experience needed to succeed in a changing climate and a changing economy. It's sponsored by 10 Strands, UndauntedK12, the California State PTA, the Silicon Valley Youth Climate Action, and a large coalition of education and climate advocates, including our state superintendent of public instruction, Tony Thurman. With me to testify today and support is Jonathan Klein of UndauntedK12 and Ingrid Roberson, the Chief Deputy Superintendent of Public Instruction. Thank you both.
All right. Chair, members of the committee, good morning. I'm Dr. Ingrid Roberson. I'm the Chief Deputy Superintendent of Public Instruction, testifying in strong support of SB 1048 on behalf of the State Superintendent, Tony Thurman, and the California Department of Education. And two things I would ask you to keep in mind: rigor and relevance. And relevance is best determined by the students themselves. At a recent state board meeting, we heard from student leaders, finalists for our U.S. Senate Youth Program. And what I heard, student after student, from different parts of the state, different backgrounds, different grade levels, speaking about the same thing. Their concern about the climate, sustainability. It is affecting their decisions, such as what to major in, environmental engineering, because they, our youth, want to be part of the solution. Meanwhile, a nonpartisan report from Economy Environment last fall found that clean energy jobs are growing more than 3 times faster in the state of California. It is our responsibility to ensure we are preparing our students for the economies of today and tomorrow. SB 1048 answers these calls, and that is why the State Superintendent of Public Instruction is proud to support SB 1048. The state seal of climate literacy gives students a meaningful, voluntary framework to build the knowledge and hands-on skills they're demanding through coursework and hands-on project-based learning connected to their own communities. From CDE's perspective, this seal aligns directly with the state board priorities around high school redesign. Again, rigor and relevance. Particularly the Portrait of a Graduate Learner Framework, which calls for every student to graduate with the competencies, skills, and real-world experiences needed to thrive in a rapidly changing economy. For us, a voluntary diploma endorsement signals workforce readiness in one of California's fastest growing sectors that offers a natural complement to the internship, apprenticeship, and career pathway measures already under consideration. The CDE is committed to supporting equitable implementation of the SEAL and partnering with nonprofits to provide guidance and resources focused on districts with Title I schools, small and rural districts, and districts serving English learners. Every sector from agriculture to technology, to healthcare, to manufacturing, to tourism must contend with a changing climate and transition to a resilient and sustainable future. I respectfully urge you to vote yes on SB 1048. Thank you.
Good morning. Thank you, Chair and members of the committee. My name is Jonathan Klein, and I'm the co-founder of UndauntedK12. I'm also a fifth grade teacher, a former fifth grade teacher, and current California parent of 2 teenagers. We are honored to co-sponsor this bill with our friends and partners at 10 Strands, the California State PTA, and Silicon Valley Youth Climate Action. We thank you, Senator Becker, for authoring this important bill to increase relevant, career-oriented, hands-on learning experiences that prepare young people for the future they are inheriting from us. With 10 Strands, Undaunted has been running the California Youth Climate Policy Leadership Program for high school students for the last 3 years. We've worked with about 150 students from 41 school districts across the state's rural and urban communities. And what we see are students who are hungry for learning that connects to their communities and their futures. Fieldwork, research, internships, apprenticeships, projects that put their skills to work alongside local employers, nonprofits, and public agencies. They want to get their hands dirty and learn by doing. And this seal is built around that kind of community-connected, hands-on learning. A student in the Antelope Valley might partner with their local water district. A student in Humboldt might do research with a local forestry program. A student in San Jose might complete a solar installation internship. Every one of those experiences builds credentials, builds confidence, and builds a bridge to diverse jobs in the green economy that are available to both high school graduates entering a career and those who will ultimately graduate with 4-year degrees. The seal meets many needs, including those of employers in the green economy, where there is a documented struggle to hire high school graduates who are otherwise qualified for high-paying entry-level roles because it is challenging them for them to demonstrate their prior experience. The seal can help address that. Colorado launched the Seal of Climate Literacy model in 2024. Maine launched their seal last month. California can be next, and we're excited to show what this looks like for every kind of learner in every kind of community. The seal is not a mandate. It gives districts flexibility and students a formal way to demonstrate that they have valuable knowledge and skills, that they have relevant experience working in their communities on hard problems that don't always have clear answers. Let's increase access to these kinds of educational experiences for young people across the state. I respectfully ask you to please vote yes on SB 1048. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir.
We will only solve our climate challenges if each successive generation is more capable of executing on their commitment to the issue. And so this is a very important, especially in today's climate, political climate. This is an extremely important effort to move forward. Really appreciate the authors and the sponsors' care and careful design choices in trying to make this work. I think there's an incredible potential, and happy to support it today as well.
All righty, Senator Becker, would you like to close?
You know, when I was thinking about this bill, I got a message from someone I used to know who was in the Colorado legislature, was really urging me to do this, and was really proud of the success in Colorado. And so it's nice that we do have a model there to follow, and to make sure, again, that we are making sure we have an idea of how to serve, if we go through with this, all schools, including rural schools and under-resourced schools as well, and to have a piece that we can follow through on that. So with that, again, I appreciate the discussion, and I also appreciate recognizing some of the design choices that were made, and thank the state superintendent's office and the sponsors, and ask for an aye vote.
Thank you, Senator Becker. So do we have a motion on SB 1048? We have a motion by Senator Choi And that motion is due pass to the Senate Appropriations Committee. Can you please call the roll?
Senators Perez.
Aye.
Perez, aye. Ochoa-Bogue. Aye. Ochoa-Bogue, aye. Cabaldon. Cabaldon, aye. Choi. Aye. Choi, aye. Cortese. Gonzalez. Reyes.
Great, and we will put that bill on call. Thank you so much, Senator Becker.